Hello and welcome to my tutorial, which is about symmetry, but also a couple of other little tricks as well. Jason's joining me today. He stood behind me like a wild goose, and I've got an extra tooth in the middle. I like Tom Cruise has that, doesn't he? He has like one middle tooth. The Cyclops. Right, shall I get on with what I'm supposed to do? Right, okay, here we have Dan Clark. Lovely man, Dan Clark. He's a musician man. Fabulous guy. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the layer first, which is Command and J. So you can see in my layer window, I've got 2 copies of this. For photographs with this, the best thing is when they are facing directly towards the camera. Any sort of shift, if you're to one side, or if the head's tilted or anything like that, yeah, it doesn't really work quite as well. So when we've got that, we're going to go up here to Edit, Transform, and Flip Horizontal. Now, he will flip across to the other side like that. Now, so we need to try and line it up. It's rare the person will be exactly in the middle. So I'm going to go over to Opacity. Turn it down sort of 60% or something might do. So now what I'm going to do is V on the keyboard and move. So I want to try and line it up so he's sort of central like, and the eyes are the sort of giveaway on this. That's not too bad, I don't think. That looks all right. So press enter to fix that in place, and then I'm going to turn my opacity back up to 100. So we've got his face sort of flipped like that, and it's hopefully quite well lined up. Now he's got his hair across his face and stuff like that because he's, you know, Captain Trendy is done. But you can obviously try and do it different ways, but it's up to you to be creative. So what we're going to do now is blend the 2 sides of the faces together, and then you'll get that sort of symmetry, which is weird how you can look very different all of a sudden, even though you'd thought that your face was symmetrical already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get the gradient tool, which is G on the keyboard. It's part of the paint bucket family. So we're going to go to gradient, okay, and then up at the top, I'm going to get it to go from, it's all basic, and it's just the sort of from foreground back to black to white, and it's the first box here. If you do the others, it sort of does something weird stuff. And then you just need black and white as your foreground colours, okay? And so this is going to fade from black to white. So if I click and drag a line, it will drop that on like that, okay? So the important thing here is that I haven't done yet, of course, is add in a layer mask. So I'm going to add the layer mask in, which means this has the layer mask. So it's going to be able to paint away part of this picture and leave us with that. So I'm just going to do the middle bit right here, across his nose, like that. So it's just going to, that's the small fade bit in the middle, okay? And there we have this demonic Dan Clark with the symmetrical face across the image, and has that really sort of cool, funky look, great for posters. It's slightly weird looking. The shadow across the nose looks epic as well, very dramatic. Well, the really cool thing about this is obviously currently replicating the, sorry, I'm just being attacked by my headphones, left-hand side of his face. But what we can do is, because we're on a layer mask, we can invert that mask by doing Command and I. Okay, so you can see where it's, you know, where it's white you can see, where it's black you can't. If I do Command and I, it will then give us the opposite side of the face, like so. Again, doesn't he look dramatic? Doesn't he look different all of a sudden? Which is quite cool. It gives you sort of quite a cool little way of trying out pictures like this. Great for posters and making people look quirky. It's interesting how the more symmetrical you are, allegedly, the better looking you are. And that's actually a fact. I'm clearly not symmetrical at all. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Give it a go. Symmetry, lovely, smashing, brilliant.